Please stay seated, your protests are unneeded. They pacify the masses, have your profile deleted on Facebook Live with a face full of lies. Raise your phones up high and throw them from side to side. I write words to the wise, throw dirt on your demise. Let's keep it cut and dry, it's comply or die. My rhetoric rules, top 10 like Letterman, dude. A veteran crew, my DJ raps better than you.
I wanna get down.
Listening to your music,
I wanna get down.
all pessimistic. Anonymous alcoholic, too drunk, I can't call it. Listening to your music, all pessimistic. Anonymous alcoholics, too drunk, I can't call it. Thank you.
Super fun. The West Coast beat East Coast flow thing you're talking about is really evident. That's super cool. It's really fun.
Yeah.
That scratching was also really nasty.
Yeah.
The way you play with rhythm is really interesting. Do you find yourself establishing like a rhythm first, like counting syllables, or do you kind of write and then let the words find the rhythm?
That's a great take. Great take. Oh no, great observation. I think I let the beat take me, but there's when I like mic check, cash now, stacking it so simply. I don't count bars, but I know what the beat's doing there, and I want to like get patterns out as swiftly and impressively as possible. Like,
cool.
Yeah.
So I guess along with that, do you find yourself sitting down with like a pen and paper and listening and writing, or are you freestyling and finding verses that you like, or how does that happen for you?
I always write, and I destroy the margin with like ideas, and then go and like fill in the blanks. So down that little space on the left in the margin, like I write down all my ideas, and maybe it's just Post Malone, but I'm gonna say something about it, you know?
Sure.
And then I'm like, oh, this thing, this little double entendre, I'll write it there, but I don't have the line like worked out yet. But I fill the margin and then go back and get my bars in.
So you kind of start with like a rough draft or a skeleton of what you want, and then you fill in all the gaps.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Fun. Process-wise, do you have any techniques to keep the juices fun? Because I'm a songwriter as well, and the kind of lyrics that I write are very different, but I find it difficult to even write enough words down for 2 freaking verses, and I'm using all the same words and stuff. Like, how do you keep the lyrics fresh when lyrically it's so dense?
I come back to it so often. Like I'll leave it. Probably takes me 6 months to write 2 verses.
Okay.
I like when I'm feeling it. It gets on a roll, and you get like a good 10 or 12. I'm not that guy who be on that contest and goes in the room and writes 16 bars that are killer. Like I come back to it often because I never want to force it. I don't want any filler. Like I don't know. I try to get all the wow lines, so I'll come back to it 2 days or 2 weeks later and perfect it, kind of. Yeah.
Great. Yeah. So you don't just sit down one night and write a song. That's just not
not hardly ever.
Yeah. It's interesting. You're one of the first songwriters I've had on that has that answer, because a lot of people, I'm in the same boat as you. It takes me ages to get anything done, but a lot of folks just sit down and get it done, you know?
Yeah, I can't.
And I respect the hell out of it, for sure. Stefan, I'll bounce that one to you, too. I know you said that like mixing and creating the overall experience of that first song you did took you 3 years.
Yeah.
But how long do you think the like actual writing process took you?
I did it all in one take, in one sitting.
Oh, you just punch? Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about. They just punch it right out. What
But
the
that's
hell?
like that's rare for me. Like I'm also kind of in the same boat too, where like especially lately, I'll come back to something, you know.
Sure.
And I used to kick myself for a long time because I used to be able to just sit down and write it all right there, but it's actually very beneficial because you're able to like even go back and check out other lyrics that you wrote previously and be like, I can change that. I can make that better, or I can fit that in with something that I'm thinking of right now. So
For sure.
yeah.
Cool. Sweet. Any other thoughts, comments, questions? Lovely. Wxlley, you want to do another one for us?
Yeah, I'll do another one.
Cool. What do we got?
This is an unfinished song. It's all written out, but as far as like the actual track itself, I still got a lot to add to it. It's called Late Sleeper. It's an alternative rock song, and it's like the first alternative rock song I ever wrote. But I've always been a fan of the genre, and I kind of just wanted to try it, you know. So yeah, that's basically it.
Cool.
God. Right on my own, like I expected when you don't know where to go. But you're out in misdirection, you'll put roses on your cheeks, you'll put fires in the mirror. Tell me I'm doing fine, every life's got a price. I prayed for everything to go away. My bed keeps begging me to take a break. Always at attention, a sinner killing time, driven to the madness, breaking for a sign, silhouette in nature, I can't feel a thing, and it seeps through my lungs, and it speaks to me. Late dreamer, don't you dream another dream, can't pray your soul to keep if you stay in make-believer. Late sleeper, you can't run from everything, you're naked to the world, but you hope that they can see your halo, your halo, halo, your halo, your halo, halo, your halo, your halo, halo, your halo, halo. Paper mache doves and frayed bouquets, spin me around and keep me in my days. Hello and goodbye, welcome to real life. Hello and goodbye, welcome to your life. Hello and goodbye, this is just your life. Hello and hello and hello and hello. Late sleeper, don't you dream another dream, can't pray your soul to keep if you stay in make-believer. Late sleeper, you can't run from everything, you hiding from the world, but now everyone can see your halo, your halo, halo, your halo, your halo, halo, your halo, 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 your halo, halo. Thank you.
So you said that one's unfinished.
It is unfinished.
To what extent is it unfinished? What do you mean by that?
I'm extra when it comes to making music, so I want to make it as pretty as possible and just, harmonies and
Yeah, so like mixing layers,
Yeah,
like
just
just that kind of stuff.
layers and
Cool.
stuff like that, yeah.
You just want to spend more time with it and figure out
Absolutely.
what else it needs,
yeah,
that kind of thing.
flesh
Cool.
it out a little bit more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it sounds great. Your vocals sound awesome, dude.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
it's
That's
fantastic
a
stuff.
banger. He's got secret bangers.
Yeah,
Hey,
I was just gonna ask.
guy or two.
Do you have an inclination to work with a band, or is your process, you think, more conducive on your own?
No, I would love to work with a band.
Okay,
I
yeah.
would love that. And certainly with like making these alternative rock and indie pop songs, like the hope is to one day be able to play
Yeah,
those songs with a full band.
I don't
Yeah.
at all mean this in a reductive way. That was a very good pop song. Like that's a really nice sound.
Thank you.
Is that a direction that because your R&B thing was also really sweet, but they are two pretty different directions.
Yeah.
Are you the kind of writer that needs to pursue whatever they're feeling that day, or does it kind of come in waves where for a few months you're doing the R&B stuff and then you want to do some alt rock stuff to get it out of your system? How does that work for you?
I'd say it's more like like that. It comes in waves.
Sure.
But I'm always like I was saying earlier, where like when it coming across beats and stuff like that, like I'm always looking for different instrumentals for all different genres and whatever else,
Nice.
'Cause I don't know, like even though I won't sit down and finish a song all the time, like right then and there, I'll think of lyrics for different genres, for like R&B and
Oh,
for
okay,
alt
cool.
rock and stuff like that. Yeah.
Sure. So you can start a song, and then you're saying you like pick it apart a little bit and put it in different genres, different places. Is that kind of what you're saying?
Kinda. I mean, it's more so just like brainstorming, where
Okay.
like I don't know, maybe a lyric will come to my head and I will know, okay, that's for an R&B track,
Gotcha.
or yeah,
Gotcha.
that's for an alt rock track or whatever. Yeah.
Awesome. How long does it take? So melodically, right? Your melodies are really, really sweet. They're really catchy. Do those kind of come to you? Is that when you know that you've got a good song is because you have the melody right away? Or do you spend some time kind of curating the melody for that song?
Usually the melodies come to me first, especially when it comes to R&B and alt rock and stuff like that. The melodies come to me first, and then I just fill in the blanks with as far as lyrics and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Oh my God.
Yeah, man.
Huge compliments.
That's fantastic. No,
That was
that's
awesome.
really great work.
Thank you.
Case, any thoughts on that one? Do you know that? Case and
I do
Wxlley
not.
are they know
Yeah.
each other well. So, oh yeah, we should talk about this
We're
a little
friends.
bit.
We're
So how do you
friends.
guys know each other?
You want to tell that story?
I'm sure. I mentored him 10 years ago for the Dubuque Area Arts Collective. He didn't show up to class a lot. I
ass,
kind of
Case.
took it as a slab, but he was already that good. But when he came to class, I taught him a thing or two. Not three, just like two things. But yeah, that's how we met. And then like, he's an old soul. He's the most lovable kid ever. So yeah, we're still friends, still making music. So it's pretty awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Case, you want to do another one for us?
Yes, indeed.
Cool. What you got?
It's a tune called Cybernetic Organism. We call it Cyborg, but it's me and my little brother Imperfect from Cedar Rapids. He made the beat, and we just kind of rapped about being cyborgs.
Cool. Does he do a lot of production stuff?
Yeah, yep. Probably like a good 75, 80% of mine. And yeah, he's He's the Cedar Rapids king of the community when it comes to hip
There you
hop.
go. Fun.
Yeah.
Is he around the same age as you? Did you guys get
He's
into it?
10 years younger.
Cool. Did he get into it later in his life, or did he get into it because of you?
Later.
Later?
Yep. He was a late bloomer, but he's what keeps me going today.
Awesome.
Probably, yeah, for sure.
Sweet. Cool. Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So this tune doesn't. It's me and Imperfect, and it's not going to have him on it. So it'll be a little bit shorter.
Awesome.
Ready?
Yeah.
Introduce the world to the electronic noise.
Connected with a mic in my hand. Cause I'm a cyborg connected with a mic in my hand. I'm a cyborg connected with a mic in my hand. Introducing the world. Quarter-inch cords in my forearms for sport. The first Cy Young Award-winning cyborg. Award-touring Terminator technology. Apocalyptic pacemaker, make no apologies. Deathlock, got a plan for the planet, you see. Awoke to see an imperfect beat implanted in me. I, robot, you act, science fictional fact. BP, big pigs, watch water turn black. Artificial intelligence, ladies and gents, don't need them. A fistful of gremlins at midnight, don't feed them, make way. Build and destroy to make pay. Halliburton hybrids, it's the American way. I'm the Tin Man, axe in hand, no heart, no manners. Not so computer savvy, but I am programmer. A cyborg connected with the mic in my hand. To die for, well connected with mic hand. Cyborg connected with a mic in my hand. I'm a cyborg connected with a mic in my hand. I'm a cyborg connected with a mic in my hand. Introducing the world to the electronic talking machine. Connected with the mic in my hand. I'm a cyborg connected with the mic in my hand. I'm a cyborg connected with the mic in my hand. Introducing the world to the electronic talking machine.
Yeah.
Woo! That's a fun tune.
Thanks, guys.
How often do you kind of just like pick something like that abstract to rap? Because I mean, hip hop can be so playful. I think it's really fun, especially when you talk about East Coast guys.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
that
for sure.
that doom stuff. Just like picking something
Yeah.
sci-fi and like running with it for
Yeah,
a
for
whole
sure.
track. Is that something that speaks to you?
Definitely. I love to write about topics rather than just like, although the first song I did, The Get Down, definitely just braggadocious bars, but I love topic raps because then you get to dive in fully. And Imperfect had the idea for writing like half cyborg, half digitag, android, versus human, whatever. And then like I was like, yes, it's fun to write to that topic.
Well, I can only imagine it has to open up like a vocabulary for you too. All of a sudden, there's all these
Yeah.
cool word options that you may not even be thinking about if you're
Yep.
just.
Yep.
Is that something that you find yourself doing as an exercise? Even I mean, I know you freestyle as well, right? Is that kind of?
Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, I'll do that. Back to the margin on the paper, I'll do that too. Just like you said, I'll fill it up with words that have to do with cyborgs and organics and not organic, not natural robots and space colonies, whatever.
Right.
And you might fill that up and kind of like Wxlley said earlier, your brainstorm, So I fill the page with that, and then I can dive into the cyborg so it can hit the paper,
Cool. Yeah. The beat there had a really 3-6 Mafia thing happening, which I really like. Are they an inspiration for you at all? Were those guys you listened to?
Not for me, but
Sure.
Imperfect. I know he listened to them.
3-6,
for sure,
yeah, because that had a
little
lot of that in
generation
there.
gap, but yep, 3-6
No,
Mafia.
that's awesome.
Yeah, I can hear it in there.
The tying into that, I wanted to address sampling with you guys because I think it's a really important topic, quite frankly, in the music community, and the perception that sampling has, especially in the context of hip hop. It being like you talk about Grandmaster Flash, it being such a fundamental part of the genre. What do you guys? What's your response when somebody says, sampling isn't art, or it's it's stealing from another artist, or it isn't actually songwriting? Where does that take you? How do you feel about that?
You want to say?
I kind of think if you're making whack garbage music, then it doesn't get appreciated. But when you're taking it to new heights, like as hip hoppers do often, and like Public Enemy, one of my great influences, used heavy samples. Hank Shockley and Chuck D, when like heavy samples, and a lot of 70s stuff, and a lot of aggressive 70s records, 70s funk soul. And you get your bass line, and then you make beautiful, controversial hip hop that's on another level with it. I just can't go wrong. You have to appreciate how decent they made it, and what it once was is still can be greater potentially,
Sure. Well,
yeah, I agree, and I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's still art, like like art is meant to be interpreted, and when you're sampling, you're basically taking a song or something like that and just reinterpreting it, like giving it new meaning, new purpose. Like it's just recycling, but it doesn't make it any less beautiful or meaningful,
Right.
Yeah.
So the notion that it would be cheating because it's too easy, right? I'm sure you guys have been around in the studio or whatever it is, and you've seen how it is not,
Yeah, and there's a big difference between like Vanilla Ice just taking the whole Under Pressure song and pressing the loop button, and taking a sample and finding a beautiful play. Like Imperfect, I'll give him Joni Mitchell records, and he finds a way to incorporate that in this rugged hip hop, and I'm like, man, her sweet, like the Carpenters are singing on my record, but you put it in there soulfully and beautifully. It's not like you just press the loop button and sampled your whole beat,
Yeah. Awesome. Cool. Yeah. Just wanted to address that as well, just because of that beat in particular. Sweet. Any other thoughts, questions, concerns? Lovely. Wxlley? Or is this both of you, or is this you got?
I think it's me. I got my last one. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Sweet. What you got for us?
This is a track off my upcoming EP. I've performed it a couple of times. It's called R.I.P. That Boy, and it's written. It was written from a time where like I was kind of at a impasse in my life where like I felt like I had really done everything that I could do, and I just needed to find a new direction and I don't know, a new purpose, I guess, in life. And that kind of led me down a path of discovering myself and getting into things that were kind of out of my character. And yeah, it basically like killed off the old me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, just tying in with that, you've talked a lot about how you like to play with these different genres, and it sounds like this is you, like experiencing that and writing about it. Almost, can we expect another genre shift here?
This is a hip hop track, yeah.
Just straight up and down.
This is a rap track.
Awesome,
yeah.
Sweet. All right,
Okay.
let's get after it.
I'm in the spotlight, I can't escape this. I take a long drag when I'm feeling anxious. Everything's stolen, but you can't take this part of me. You were the best drug, one and the only. Want you to call me when I'm feeling lonely. If I don't make it back, please tell my family that I'm riding through the sticks with my rose, laying with my girl, got her curling all her toes. She got me exposed, and I don't know if I trust her. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Anytime I'm wanting it, she serves it on a golden platter. Living with depression. I mean, as long as it's paying rent, there ain't nothing to question. Told me I would pay the price when I was just a freshman. Now it makes me money, that's a hell of an investment. Started taking drugs just to feel something. Yeah. That liquor got me hurling, that we gon' do me dirty. My nerves, they keep me swirly. Stay in the sky till the morning, I'm talking bright and early. Damn it, what got into me? I know you'd rather me happy, I know you'd rather me living above the averages. Giving up like Kardashians, couple of years back, I can't imagine this. Now I keep a map of where that casket is. Send him my wishes, he got 100 shots, miles away. Bad women wanna play. Hella dirty, hella gay. Different day, no mistake. Getting bread, Jiffy made. Watch 50K. On mistake, different day. Pass me, kissed away. Dearly beloved, dearly beloved. Makes no sense tryna make amends, boy. Yeah. Feelings at a crossroads by which you can toss it. Yeah. Any final words? Thank you.
So you did that one pretty recently, yeah? Or have you had this one on the burner for a while?
Yeah,
okay,
I've
cool.
had that for about 3 years now.
Nice, awesome. And you said that's probably going to be on an upcoming EP?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Awesome. Look forward to that.
Thank you.
The Kung Fu Kenny kind of flow in the beginning is awesome. I really like that bouncy thing that you're doing, especially on. I mean, your delivery also got pretty aggressive.
Yeah.
Kind of contrasting with a pretty. I mean, the bass was obviously booming,
Yeah.
but the beat itself has a pretty mellow tone.
Yeah.
Is that contrast something you seek out? Is that something that you are doing intentionally, I guess?
Absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah. And of course, it depends on where the music takes me and everything like that. But like, yeah, for that song in particular, it was like I really wanted to put emphasis on like the things I was talking about, because like it's not a happy song. Like, even though the instrumental is very flowy and it's very glossy and it's pretty, but it's the subject matter is like very like I don't know, it's like I'm in a situation that I didn't plan on being in, and like now I'm just living with it,
Right.
So yeah, I'm talking about some serious stuff, and I kind of just wanted to punctuate that a little bit more.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I find it interesting to compare, like that kind of thing happens in country music a lot, right? Where there's like, sounds really happy, but they're talking about their wife is dead or what, some tragic stuff. I think it's a really effective tool. Is that something that you find yourself going to often, or is it, like you said, it just kind of depends on the tune?
Yeah, I feel like it depends on the.
You just
the
feel it
tune.
out.
I will say with the EP, there are a lot of songs that are like that kind of fit that vein, but
Sure.
I love kind of like juxtapositions like that, you know, like in contrasts, and I feel like that song just needed it. I feel And
I'll ask the same thing I asked Case a little while ago about flow and like rhythmically, do you find yourself having the words first and then they adhere to the rhythm, or do you kind of find your cadence and then fit the words in where they need to be?
Well, for that song in particular, I actually wrote a completely different song first to that beat. I didn't even know. Like, I completely forgot about it. I like went through my phone the other day and like found some old recordings, and it was the same beat but like completely different lyrics. I'm like, what is this? Yeah. And I feel like, yeah, it's definitely like I hear the rhythms first.
Okay.
And just like where the pockets are, and I try to like fit into the pocket as
sure.
well as possible.
Do you find yourself like recording scratch tracks or anything like that of you just kind of rhythmically, saying whatever, or do you just I guess kind of let that happen naturally? Like I know like a lot of guys do like they'll record and they'll just make noises where they want the things to be, and then they'll listen back and then figure it out. Is that kind of the process that you use, or is it more pen and paper?
It's pretty split at this point.
Okay.
I do definitely, just on my phone or whatever, I'll hear the beat and like something will come to my head and I'll just mumble it
like
into
a voice demo thing?
Yeah.
Just a million of those on the phone? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, classic. Cool.
And then, I also write. Yeah.
My phone always gets those wrong. I say some verses to myself, and then it's totally different, wrong.
You're doing the auto type thing with it?
Oh,
That's
I can't
crazy.
do that.
Yeah, that'd be tough.
I got like 6 killer bars here, and then when I read them, I'm like, was I drunk? What is this?
Awesome. Cool. You guys have one or two together here?
We got 2 together.
Got 2.
All right. What's the first one?
What do you want to do for? I don't know.
We get lovey-dovey first, or we get cutthroat and kill yourself first?
Whoa. The timeline, like
that's what we do, one or the other.
Timeline-wise, where in your guys' relationship did you start making music together?
Well, one of the songs is the first song we ever made together.
Cool.
Yeah.
And that was...
And one's one we're working on right now.
Yeah.
Awesome. Sweet. Was that pretty shortly after mentorship stuff, or was that sometime later?
It took us
It took
a
some
while.
years. Yeah.
Sure,
It
yeah.
took some years. He was doing his thing, I was doing mine, and then we're like, why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Why
fun.
haven't we done the damn thing? Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. So, lovey-dovey? What are we doing? What are we doing here?
We can do lovey-dovey.
Yeah, this is the first one he and I ever collaborated on.
Yeah.
Cool. Was there an inspiration or a spark behind it when it started?
Well, I had the beat. I remember us talking about collabing,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Just send over some beats that you got." And I sent this one, and he was really fond of it. And I think you came up with the concept for it.
I came with the concept, and it was from Common, I Used to Love Her,
Yeah.
where he used to love a girl, and she's not a girl, but she is the music. But then he added Common samples in the beat that just take it to
nice.
another level.
Very fun. Did you make the beat, or no, you hadn't made the beat, but you sourced it and then you added stuff?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Awesome.
Yeah.
I wish I made the beat.
Yeah.
It'd be
we,
slamming.
He made that beat beautifuler.
There you go. Cool. You guys want to get after it?
Let's
Yeah.
do it.
It's called One and Only.
One and only.
Okay. I'll follow you.
Let's get it.
I know this fine lady, I'm quite crazy for. I maybe would do anything for the chance to call her my baby. They say the chances are slim, screw it, then I'm shady. Like Pusha T, she's all the trouble on my mind lately. Time after time, she tells me that she's needing me to help her get out of the situations that she seems to be in. All the time, letting people use her for the fame. They take the dough of the dice like she's a board for games. She says she's bored of games, shoot the shot, they score the same. Keeps waiting for new deliveries, but yet the door remains shut. She says she's thinking that I need a turn. Sick of only samples, never breaking when it's me and her. No, baby, I don't mind if you let me spend a little bit of time with you. Know all my words are true, babe. Let me be your boo thing. Laying here listening to Wu-Tang.
I turn up the volume as she raises her voice in one ear and out the other. I wasn't having that noise, and it's not that I am better. As a lover, I'm embedded, but I cannot be force-fed it, wet it, then regret it. My philosophy was always knowledge reigns supreme. I knew she was the one when she stepped out of my dreams. Easy, breezy cover girl. She'd be the Lauren to my Nas if I ruled the world. When I'm with her, I get lifted numb, then try to spit the gift to some. They always say my baby, she marches to a different drum. Many men have tested her, some even molested her. I just turned her on and then tried to bring out the best in her. She taught me metaphors and similes, ideas and abilities. She's the reason my daughter's name is the same as a real MC. She's my homie, lover, friend, but you won't find this girl on TikTok, cause the girl I'm talking about, y'all, is hip-hop.
Yeah. No, baby, I don't mind if you let me spend a little bit of time with you. Know all my work are true, babe. Let me be a boo thing, lady. Listen to the Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
It's a groovy joint.
Yeah, if you want, you guys can just, if you're gonna hold them again, you can just.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Sorry. Cool. When you were writing that tune, did you guys sit down together in the same room, or
Nope.
did you get the beat?
No.
You wrote individually, came back together, workshop, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. I was living in Cedar Rapids at the time.
Okay.
When we made that.
I'm pretty sure I got to hear your verse first. And,
Yeah.
And then knew where I had to be. Like, oh, you're that good. Yeah. So,
Cool. Awesome. So the writing process was entirely separate.
Separate, yeah.
Did anything change once you got together with it?
Only little minor. I think like we talked about the samples, putting them in, and we had the idea for the samples. But as far as writing, he had his done, sent it to me, and I just knew I had to step it up. And it was when I presented it to him, he was like, "Yeah, great, we got a song."
Awesome.
He already had the chorus too. I just helped sing it terribly.
Cool. Then, do you find yourself when you're writing for a track that you know is going to have another artist on it? Do you find yourself? I mean, like you said, you wanted to elevate, once you heard that other verse, but not just beyond that. Do you find yourself maybe stylistically making some decisions that would complement the other artist, or do you just go in and do your own thing still?
I know for me, if I'm doing a song with another artist, I can't be in the same room when writing because what they're doing and like who they are and their energy will influence me.
Right.
And I'll start writing like them, or I'll start writing some stuff that I think they'll like.
Right.
So
And
That's so true.
That
Yeah.
feels less authentic to you.
Yeah.
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 Cool. So anytime you're writing, do you pretty much, it's a pretty isolated experience?
Absolutely, yeah.
Same.
Have you ever had situations where you've been in a room with someone and the writing has really clicked? Is it just really rare, or or do you just not feel comfortable with it? Are you in your own head about it a little bit, that kind of thing?
There's been situations where it's worked, like when I was a part of my rap group a couple of years ago. We would all get together and write together, but I don't know. I feel like it was just because we knew each other pretty well. Like all of our personalities were already pretty similar.
Yeah.
And yeah, just since then, it just hasn't really clicked with anyone else.
Sure.
Not that I don't get along with other people, but yeah.
But I mean, it's something you take really seriously, right?
Yeah.
So, and the songs are often really personal to you. You know, what you make is an extension of yourself. So
Absolutely.
that totally makes sense. Any other thoughts, questions from the audience? Cool. You guys want to do your second one?
Yeah.
And the last one.
Yeah.
Last one.
Tell me about it. What's this is a newer one, yeah?
Yeah.
Tell them about it, Willie.
Tell them about it. I wrote this originally last year. I want to say like in January last year. And I was sitting on it for a bit. And I was just deciding who to get on it, honestly. And I had a show coming up, and I asked Case if he wanted to write a verse to it and perform it with me. And yeah, the verse was killer, and I was like, you know what, you're on the song now. So yeah, this is just like kind of a, I don't know, braggadocious, but it is also very like meaningful to me in that, like, I don't know, it's like me coming off of a very like stagnant point in my life as far as like creatively. Kind of felt like I hit a plateau, or like I couldn't create great music anymore, and this was kind of like a, don't call it a comeback, you know. It's like
Yeah, break down that wall a little bit.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
go back into it. Yeah, for sure.
When he sent me the track, it had such a sense of urgency. Like, you have to go, and it's called Cutthroat, but in the hook you'll feel his sense of urgency, and I was like, yeah, I'm writing some killer stuff to that right now.
Awesome. Sweet.
Let's do that. Okay.
This is Cutthroat, Willie and Case.
Yes, sir. I was home, my brain too long, getting on my way for some closure. Words to live by that I remind myself of.
Pray for your life, we cutthroat. 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 Wait. Now I might have believed that it wouldn't make a difference if I try to achieve. Used to pray that they don't hear me as I cry to my sleeve. Stolen innocence, I'm cutting ties with the thieves. I was followed by futures borrowed from flesh wings. I'm drowning my sorrows, hoping the bottle will bless me. Was fed a gospel I never could swallow, I'm empty. My mind is hostile, a chorus of wallow, live rent free. I was just one of many chosen who would dare to be different. Raise a finger at them cause they didn't care if we gifted. Got my confidence up, put a rhythm to it, and that was my key to ignition. Never needed permission, took my
demons and I beat them to the fetal position. Show these fuckers how to do it, now I'm bleeding tuition. Working everything so they can't even leave a description. Break a boot off in their ass and soak my feet in the kitchen. What's up?
Relax, rat race, the end is near. Cutthroat Van Gogh, lend me an ear. Reach your inner mind's eye, cornea cries. In hindsight, 2020 visionless lies. We're in the twilight zone. Connected iPhones, connect the dots, clone or die alone. Time waits for no man, time traveling nomad. I got bigger fish to fry. You just a throwback, don't at me when you're a beast at nothing. Sacrifice your son for the feast of mutton. Nothing says loving like one in the oven. I mean 450 degrees, move something. When it's all said and done, we'll crip walk on the sun. With hot coals like Jay, I'm puncturing puns. Pray for your life, you prayed on at night. And fuck what you heard, there's a Tyson fight.
Pray for your life, we cutthroat. 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 Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Sweet. So, Case, you got on this song for a performance, right? You guys have to be performing solo most often when you perform, right? Or do you perform with other people rather often?
Usually solo. Like we'll have a hype guy or a DJ or
Right.
you know, an accomplice, but like he's the front man and I'm the front man.
Sure.
Separate but equal. Yeah.
Yeah. How does sharing the stage with somebody who's on a track with you change that experience?
At first, awkward.
Yeah?
Because you're both the leaders. You got like two presidents, you know?
Right.
But like, not with he and I, we grow and adapt, and the stage is just not just artists, we're friends. So like, but the first couple of times you're gonna grab it, you got to match his charismatic energy on stage and equally be yourself, you know? Yeah.
And hip hop is so much more competitive. Like it's actively competitive in a way that really no other music genre is in that sense, right?
So as I slapped him on the chest and told him he was the alpha male earlier, like right before his first song, I'm like, go get it.
But no, it's about everybody having that confidence that they're the best. I think that's so cool about that is that you can have 5 guys on stage who rock with each other and they're all saying that they are the best MC to ever do it, you know? And I think that's a big part of it. And I guess how has it worked? Is there tension like that with other people you've performed with, or is it always pretty respectful in that regard? It's like sharing the stage.
Oh boy, you're gonna get me in trouble. I don't know.
No, I like that.
I don't know. If I don't vibe with a person, I don't vibe with them, and we're not gonna work, you know.
Yeah.
And it's pretty easy for me to figure that out once I like meet them in person or something like that. So I usually don't really get myself in those kind of situations.
Sure.
But
I think in hip hop, it's, and this could go for bands, rocks, country, everything's, but I don't know why I'm pluralizing everything, but in hip hop, it's love. Like you already know the love energy. Like a couple weeks ago, me and bros hosted together, and you know the love energy is there, and you feel good. That way, you don't have to show anybody up. And if you ain't feeling that love, you ain't setting yourself up for that. You know, it probably works that way with rock bands too. Like
Sure.
I don't want to be on the bill with them. Them guys,
Yeah,
they're terrible.
For sure.
They're bad humans.
It's about relationships. Yeah, it's about being good people, for sure. Dubuque's, I'm focusing on hip-hop in particular. Dubuque's hip-hop scene is, it seems to me, growing up here as well, slowly growing, but it is not big, right?
No, not big.
How is it kind of growing up in a town or trying to perform in the area where there quite frankly isn't a ton of support. Not maybe support isn't the right word, but there aren't a lot of other people doing this. There aren't quite frankly a ton of opportunities about unless it's like you said, a solo performance with a DJ. How challenging is it to stay focused or remain confident in what you're doing when there isn't a whole lot of that going around?
I think you just kind of adapt. Like I've seen him adapt. I've seen local rappers adapt. I've had to adapt. If I'm going to work with the Dubuque Symphony Orchestra, I have to adapt. Likewise, if you're going to be performing at a town, the city clock, those fun Fridays, you got your acoustic singers and you got musicians, and then for them to be hip hop inclusive, we have to adapt a little bit. And I know a drummer, I know a guy who plays bass, we'll adapt and make it happen so that everyone in a community such as Dubuque will accept that we're like angry rappers.
Right.
At times.
Sure. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh yeah, then this might be a sore subject. But practicing. How often, once you've written a song, how often do you go back to it and just work it? Make sure that you're polished, or make sure that it's clean, or how you want it to be. Is it just for gigs, or do you find yourself just at the crib like, I'm gonna go rap this? You
go first. I think we have different answers on this one.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not performing it if I don't feel comfortable with it, the one unfinished song that I did today was like an outline.
Sure.
But even then, I'm pretty happy with the lyrics in that song, and that was enough to make me be like, okay, I'm pretty okay with performing that. But I usually only go back to the songs when I'm performing. I don't know. I'm pretty confident in a lot of my stuff, which is more that I could say about my stuff back in the day. I wasn't really confident at all about a lot of my older stuff, but I knew I had to perform it.
Sure.
But yeah, I don't know. That's my answer.
So I guess do you think about it like you're writing to perform it, or are you just writing to write it and get the sound down?
Oh, that's a good
Or
question.
have you not thought about it either way?
No, there's definitely songs that I've written with performing in mind.
Right, sure.
But I mean, most of the time it is just I'm writing it to get it out, and to
put it down.
To put it down.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, this would be so cool when I perform it, or
right, that's
whatever.
a later
step.
Yeah. It's not. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. What about you?
I just practice all the time. I'll get a text message friends or girlfriend, you ready to go out? Oh, no, I'm practicing.
Awesome.
I got to practice.
Hell yeah, dude.
So, yeah. But, often frequent flyer miles.
So, how you've been rapping for a long time now, right? Do you find yourself going way back to tracks that you haven't done in forever and keeping those hot? Or?
Those are the important ones because, the new stuff is fresh. You got the new stuff. When we're performing Cutthroat, I'm I could recite that backwards and forwards and, with intent. But then I bring the cheat pad because if it's a song that, I'm going to do a whole long set and I got some songs that are 10 years old but still kind of bangers, I got to write some clues down. I need some little cliff notes. Yeah. And I have to practice, revisit them for sure.
So do you have in that same kind of vein, do you have performance in mind always, or is that more of a personal thing for you?
I think that's a personal thing. I'd love to perform, that dumb alpha male thing, but I love the MC. I love to give it to the crowd,
Sure.
Yeah, and so within within MC, you have to be power-packed, confident, and all that good stuff, yeah.
Nice. Sweet. Any other thoughts from you guys? Yeah, Addison?
I just wanted to make a general question, just because I'm curious, but so both of you guys, I just appreciate the shit out of you. And I also love both of you. I just wanted to know if there's like a performance or like maybe a couple of performances that you've done that just like you think back like that was the one, or maybe two that like meant the most to you personally as an artist. So that's kind of just
Yeah, so his question is there a, or was there a performance that you've had that meant a lot to you, or you remember in particular as being important to who you are as a musician?
Yeah, I'll go in case you say mine. But no, I have two, but one most particularly, and it was along the lines of the mentorship, but not exactly. But I got to perform with the Dubuque Symphony Orchestra, and it was Hamilton the musical, where I'm not Case the Joint. I'm becoming a character and reciting raps that are already wrote. But then within that gig, they invited me to do one song of my own. And the 42, 48-piece orchestra gets to learn it too, you know.
It's really cool.
And it was the Get Down when we did
cool. Fun. Yeah.
the first one that I did. And they played it with all the strings and the booms, and I was like, no, shit, it's so good. It sounds so good. And it was at Five Flags in the theater part. It's just nostalgic. And, man, they blew me away when they started playing it. And it was also a show that he got to do later in life, and kind of the same scenario. But, man, that was one that is for the resume.
Nice.
You know?
Nice.
Super fun.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say the Soul Sherpa joint.
Oh,
Yeah, that was so cool, man.
yeah. Do over.
What was that? What was the Soul Sherpa?
They're a funk band from Iowa City, and they booked the Englert Theater. Yeah, great. Yeah,
Great venue.
The most
Yeah.
beautifulest. And they had, I think they did 8 or 10 songs featuring 8 or 10 different artists. And none of the artists were like this guy, but I got to rap with the funk band. We wrote a song from the ground up.
Oh, badass.
And, oh, man, the Bright Lights Big City of the Englert Theater was one of a kind.
That's really fun. Nice. When was that?
And I brought him with me just as a friend, as a roadie. Yeah.
When did that happen?
That was probably 2019, 20.
I want to say it was like 18.
Okay,
man.
yeah. Pre-COVID, but like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah. Would have been like, yeah. Cool. Wxlley?
Oh boy, man. I don't know. My first performance here, like the mentorship thing, that was like huge for me. Like I don't think I ever really fully put in words how meaningful or how big of an impact that show had on me. But like, especially being a rapper, like going back to what you were saying about how it's not a really huge genre in this city. So like being able to go up there and rap to a crowd and have them be receptive of that was like huge. And especially during that time, I was considering quitting music altogether. So that like really gave me a boost to like, oh, I can do this, and maybe there is an audience for this. So that was huge. And then probably I perform a lot. The Nelly concert was pretty huge for me too.
Yeah, that's very cool.
I think to this day that's still the biggest crowd I've performed in front of.
Yeah.
And didn't think I could do it, but the fact that I did means that I could probably do a lot more. So
yeah, that's
Yeah.
big, man.
I went to that show. Jevity gave me 2 tickets at the box office. I went up and watched you kill it felt like your dad up there. Like, I watched you kill it, and then I left. I didn't watch any of Nelly. I got free tickets to Nelly and watched none of it.
On the topic of hip hop in Dubuque, I do want to say there are some very cool things happening with it. Zills works with some Matt Zills Gregory at Asylum, does some really fantastic work with folks. And then Ace at the Glass House is doing a lot of really good work with young folks in particular, which is super important and really cool to see. So just, finally, do you guys have anything coming up that you want to talk about? Any shout-outs you want to give here before we wrap things up? Projects on the way,
New
shows?
album, Case? What you working on, bro?
Father Rhyme, Case the Joint.
Awesome.
Coming in 2032. No, we're working on things constantly, but as artists, man, we take forever. So we have the song Cutthroat that we performed. He's mixing and mastering right now. That'll be on something that we put out soon.
Great.
Imperfect, the aforementioned Little Brother, Cedar Rapids. We have a few songs done. We're trying to knock out an EP that we've been working on for about 2 years. But we'll get there. We're still going to be leaders in the community and popping up often, for sure.
Great.
Case the Joint on all the things, one word.
Case the Joint. There you go. Wooly?
Yeah, as I said, I have the EP coming out sometime this year. I hope sometime this year. Again, I've been sitting on it for like 3 years. But it's like some of the best writing I've ever done. And I want to try to push that out. I got a bunch of singles I'm going to push out sometime soon. Some music videos, some collabs, obviously with this guy. And then, just some other people that I really like in this community that are doing big things. He's included.
Yeah. Do some cool shit for sure.
Definitely. James is included.
You are you allowed to talk about that band that you may or may not have a track with?
Oh, yeah.
That'll be coming soonish, right?
Yeah, it's coming soonish. That's probably like coming out next month.
Is that
honestly.
on the DL? Can we talk about that?
I feel like we've posted it on socials.
Sure, yeah.
Me and Tumera, a metal band here in town.
Legends.
Local legends.
Tumera.
Where we laid a track, and it's pretty sick. If I
You doing
do
some,
say
like
so
some
myself.
heavy vocal stuff? Is it like yelly or rap
it
or
is-
what are you doing with
It's a mix.
Yeah?
A mix. I didn't want to I don't know. Like I am stepping into their territory, even though I do have a passion for like metal and heavier vocals and stuff like that. Like I didn't want to, I don't know, like step out of my boundaries, I guess.
Yeah. Well,
But-
like you were talking about, you don't want to do something just to make them happy.
Exactly.
Stay your own artist. Yeah. For
Exactly.
Sure.
But
Fun.
yeah.
Yeah, that'll be sick. I can't wait for that, honestly.
Ooh.
I got the insider secret trader information on the song, too. So my daughter's married to Zach Harbin, Zarbs from the band. And when I had crew this weekend, my grandson, Zach said the recording and everything came out like so hard. The song is such a banger. He was like, I can't wait for you to hear it. I'm like, I have executive privileges. I need to hear it now. This is family. But he told me, man, wait till you hear it. It's so good. Tumera, like, they're that grit, they're that grime of rock, that metal, and then add this guy. I just can't wait.
stoked.
I can't wait.
Stoked for that one. Alrighty, folks. Thank you so much for coming out. This has been another very successful songwriter session. Thank you again. Case the Joint here, and then Wxlley spelled
WXLLEY.
Yeah. Check them out. They've got cool stuff happening. Thanks again to the Smokestack and the Dubuque Area Arts Collective for having us. We'll see you next time.
Thank you so much, James.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Smokestack. Thank you, Dean. Thanks, Rick. Love you guys.
I love you, Rick.